Hey everyone, Shabby here, and welcome back to another episode of our SWE Octane Universe Mode. This is episode number 10 now, and of course, our second pay-per-view will be coming up for you this Saturday. But first of all, tonight's show, Finn Balor, ladies and gentlemen. And here he is then, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Finn Balor, the final man from that fatal four-way All or Nothing we're yet to hear from. Now, of course, we've seen over the past few weeks, Kenny Omega, well, Cody Rhodes won the match to start off with, of course. Kenny Omega came out in week 1 of this month and said that himself, the Young Bucks and Marty Scurll were moving away from Bullet Club. They didn't want to be led by a tyrannical owner in Cody Rhodes. Cody kind of been happy about this. The next week, we saw AJ Styles come out. AJ Styles said that he couldn't live with the way that Bullet Club had become. He said it had lost its shine since he was the leader. Therefore, he was going to come back and restore it to its glory, but as a separate faction called the Club. And he brought back, of course, Gallows and Anderson, and most recently, Adam Cole. And then last week, we saw Cody Rhodes come out, confirming to us that Bad Luck Fale, the Gorillas of Destiny, will be staying with him. But he did say he had an open spot and put an open invitation out to this man right here, Finn Balor, to join his stable and help take it to the next level. Now, I would be pretty sure that Cody would be desperate to get this over the line, because for me, I feel like his stable seems to have dropped quite a bit since that fatal four-way. He won everything, but it's slowly been taken away from him. And it's disappointing for him to think that he basically went out there, won exactly what he was told to win, and then gradually, one by one, his prize walked away. And that's the problem. I've said this before. You can't give away people as a prize. It doesn't work like that. And, yeah, poor old Cody Rhodes is left to the stable the way it is. It's still a pretty strong stable. We've still got some pretty good members. And if Finn Balor here was to accept his offer, then I feel like Bullet Club would return to some sort of form of glory, to be honest. But anyway, let's get Finn Balor on mic and see exactly what he's got to say and see if he's going to take Cody Rhodes' offer. God, I'm so tempted to do an Irish accent, but I don't. Anyway, I am here. I'm lost already. I've thrown myself off with this promo now. Right, let's get into this. A few weeks back at All or Nothing, I went in with nothing and I left with nothing. But it made me realise that Bullet Club is not what it once was. People have left over the past few weeks, and it needs something. It needs a lift. Now, last week, Cody Rhodes gave me the offer to join the stable, and I want to officially say to Cody Rhodes that thank you. It's a fantastic offer. However, I am going to have to refuse. The reason why? Well, Bullet Club for me was something that I helped create, something that I helped bring into the light here in New Japan, basically. And over the years, it's become twisted, it's become warped, and it's not once what it was. Now, we see people like AJ Styles, and we see people like Cody Rhodes, and they're all looking to the past. Whereas I want to look to the future. And that's why I will officially be starting my own club as well. I'll be starting Balor Club, and we'll be announcing our first members at the upcoming Ascension pay-per-view on Saturday. And here is our first match of the evening. We are going to get a chance to see our Octane Tag Team Champions in action once again as they take on the Revival in a Tornado Tag Team match. I do like Tornado. I think it works very, very well in this game. I think it works a lot better than the standard tag team match. I know I say this every single time it comes up. I don't like to do it too often. I feel like I want to stick to the more realistic tag team match, but this for me it's a much better, more balanced match type. If normal tag team gets a bit funny, then we'll obviously do a lot more of these, but either way. And of course the Revival, a team very much, I think, I'm going to say underutilized, but I don't think it's the fault of WWE. I think because of the injuries and so forth that has happened recently, they've only just come back. We might be able to see some good stuff from them. Hopefully, anyway. But a big victory here over the current tag team champions would be massive for them if they can pull that off. And this is their big chance. Some really big matches here this evening. Of course, we've already heard from Finn Balor earlier on. And we are going to see him again later on tonight when he goes one-on-one with AJ Styles in our main event of the evening. Also tonight we've got Will Ospreay versus Cien, Almas, Andrade. Oh, I've got it completely wrong. I've got the right name, just in the wrong order. Andrade, Cien, Almas. We're going to see Sanada taking on Apollo Crews. We've got El Generico taking on Prince Puma. And yeah, like I said, our main event, AJ Styles, Finn Balor. It's going to be a cracker, isn't it? There's some cracking stuff going on. So here we go, opening match of the evening. And just to recap on what's already happened here this evening, Finn Balor coming out. Finn Balor, poor old Cody. He must be so disappointed with how this has worked out. For him to take control of Bullet Club the way that he has, and then for it all just to go tits up the way it has, with everyone either refusing to be any part of his group or whatever. Of course, he does still have a few big names in there. Gorillas of Destiny, Bad Luck Fale, not bad at all. They're on a bit of a poor run recently, but still. And now for Finn Balor to officially refuse his invitation, and for Finn Balor to announce that he'll be creating Balor Club. He doesn't want to be stuck in the past like other people are. He wants to be moving into the future. He wants to be showcasing the future of wrestling. And we're going to find out who some of those members of his band or his club are going to be at our next pay-per-view Ascension. Which, like I said, will be coming for you this Saturday. So, yeah, a bit of a nice sneaky midweek episode. I know we've had a few midweek episodes recently, but that's mainly because I was behind on videos for the weekend, not because I've done an extra one. This one, like I said, I just trying to do extra ones just because of trying to get the timeline right for the World Cup. So this universe mode will finish. Where are we going to finish at then? So pay-per-view, Octane. So the first weekend in May, we'll see the end of this universe mode, which would be pretty interesting. And then we will crack straight on then with Carnage, which again will be a pretty cool show to be on. Be a lot different to this one. Carnage is all about the big men. The big brutal people that are going to be basically getting in some massive fights. It's sort of a monster ECW Combat Zone Wrestling hardcore style hybrid. Tell you what, Revival doing very well here so far. In control of the match here again. But they have enough to finish the match off as Nick Jackson breaks that pin up. Matt Jackson was in trouble there for a moment. Sunset flip on here by Matt Jackson, or Nick Jackson should I say. Matt Jackson fighting back, taking control of Scott Dawson. Well, here we go, 450 by Nick Jackson, buckle bomb by Matt Jackson, and all of a sudden, you know what, I think that could be it, you know. I don't know why they've done that for. Both the Young Bucks have gone to pin the other person. I'm not quite sure why that happened. But either way, it's enough. The Elite pick up the victory. What a weird, bizarre way of doing the pins that was by Nick and Matt Jackson. They both hit a big maneuver and then decided to swap. I don't understand why they did that, to be honest, but it was effective. They came out on top. That's the main thing, I suppose. boot in the back there, and it was an interesting match. I think I suppose we expected the tag team champions to win. They are the champions. However, I was quite impressed with the Revival. They put up a really good show here. And I dare say we could see some more good stuff from them in the future. So I'm a big fan of the Revival. Big fan. Hopefully, well, they might be involved in the, well, so there might be. You guys will know about it. I'm recording this a few days beforehand, but you guys will know if they're involved in the Superstar Shake-Up or not. There's a strong possibility in my mind they could be. Maybe moving to SmackDown will be pretty good for them. But it's a very, very good win here then for the Young Bucks. And that'll give us some great momentum going forward to what arguably is one of the most difficult matches they've had so far in this Universe mode, in, of course, Gallows and Anderson the Club. And here is our second match of the evening. It is going to be Will Ospreay taking on Andrade, Cien, Almas one-on-one. Well, I say one-on-one, of course, Selena Vega will be out ringside. Now, Almas had a pretty hit-and-miss Universe so far. He's had a couple of situations where, in my opinion, he should have won the match. However, facing off against members of LIG, there's been interference, there's been distraction of the referee, and that has allowed his opponents to get the upper hand. So I think Almas will desperately want a victory here against Will Ospreay, but it's going to be very, very tricky because Will Ospreay, again, someone who's very, very top draw in this Universe mode. When was the last time we saw Ospreay? Have you seen him recently? It's the first time we're seeing Ospreay this month, is it? Okay. Okay, we're going to see some good stuff from Ospreay moving forward. I've got some plans. I've got an idea of a match that I would like to do at Shabby Mania, which Will Ospreay will be involved in. No more spoilers on that, but definitely worth keeping an eye out for. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And maybe Andrade and Almas can be involved in that match as well. I like Almas, and I'm surprised that he did not come up as part of the post-Mania promotions, but I don't know, I'm a bit confused. I'm very confused by the post-Mania stuff. Because it seems like Raw was given Bobby Lashley, Ember Moon, the Authors of Pain, and No Way Jose. I'm not saying No Way Jose is a massive person, is it really? But so they got 4 promotions if you class the tag team as one, or 4 new people if you include Bobby Lashley in there as well. So I can't understand why SmackDown only got the Iconic Duo. That was it. So I'm assuming that SmackDown must have had a very, very good Superstar Shake-Up. You would hope so. I'm looking forward to that. See, Superstar Shake-Up is my favourite. I don't know why they don't do it just the Raw after Mania rather than doing it across the week after, because now they've got less time to build up for the pay-per-view. I don't know. Anyway, we are underway. Yeah, I'm surprised that Almas hasn't been promoted as of me recording this video. There's a chance that he may have been promoted yesterday as part of the Superstar Shake-Up, maybe. But yeah, you guys will know that, and I won't at this point in time. But yeah, it just surprised me because I thought he was so strong. He lost the championship, which for me made it a bit more obvious. And Ospreay here, starting off quite strong. Oh, but Almas caught him right in the face with that. Almas bringing Ospreay back up now into the front chancery. Big knee in the face. Both guys are really just thinning each other out this early part of the match. Ah, what a suplex that was by Almas. You saw he just sort of almost jumped to get more more power on the slam of that suplex. Front chance by Almas, big knee in the face. Ospreay fights back with a snap suplex of his own. Ospreay up to the middle rope, looking for that drop kick, but Almas saw it coming and avoided it. Ospreay, there's a bit of a silly maneuver there by Ospreay, wasn't it, really? You think he should have really avoided that. Almas now wrenching back at the arm of Ospreay, just slowing the match down. I think in these matches that it's a bit more difficult, isn't it, really, with the pace they both wrestle at to keep the pace at a decent level. Almas then up with Ospreay on his shoulders. Almas, oh, Ospreay pops back up, catching Almas out of nowhere. Wow. Then dropping an elbow right in the back of the head of Almas as well. And it is Ospreay in control at this point in time. Now Ospreay backing away into the corner. We've seen this before from him. That big... Oh no, he went for that big jumping DDT, but Almas caught him with the knee in the gut, and Almas went for a Hurricanrana, which got him reversed into a powerbomb. These two guys have obviously done their research on each other, and some incredible moves and reversals being hit in both directions. Almas slamming the back of Ospreay's head into the mat. Now Almas bringing Ospreay back up to his feet. Ospreay locking in that head scissors, just slowing the pace of the match down. Both these guys probably knackered from the brutality they've taken so far. Almas desperately trying to break free, but Ospreay just always seems to have control. Ospreay, nice Phoenix splash from the middle rope. Oh, in it for a 1 count though. Bit surprising, really, just a 1 count, isn't it? Almas boot in the gut into the hammerlock DDT out of nowhere. Ospreay's down. Is he out? There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Andrade, Cien, Almas does pick up a victory. He needed that. He definitely needed that, I think. It's been a bit of a difficult few weeks for Almas, and getting that win, I think, is definitely going to be good for him. It was a good back and forth match. It really could have gone either way for quite a chunk of it, but of course it was Almas who, avoiding that spiked DDT into the knee and the gut, I think was a really important maneuver. But then that hammerlock DDT out of nowhere was enough to finish him off. Good times. There it is. That hammerlock DDT as Zelina Vega looked on. And there we go then. Andrade, Cien, Almas victorious here. Victorious. And yeah, he needed that. He's had a few iffy results so far in this universe mode, and that's one that definitely puts him back in the picture, maybe for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, something that I am considering. Like I said, I've got a big match planned potentially at Shabby Mania, and maybe Andrade, Cien, Almas maybe have just helped himself into that match. And here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be Sanada taking on Apollo Crews, and Crews has had Apollo Crews has had a decent run of recent, actually. He's done pretty well. He defeated Tommaso Ciampa only a couple of weeks back, which is why we gave him another opportunity here. I double booked the Crews versus Ciampa match and said whoever gets the victory can have another match a couple of weeks after. Sanada, all the guys from LIG have got such cool attires and such cool entrances, haven't they? They are pretty awesome. So I've got the Pokemon music in my head for some reason. This is his new entrance music. It's the Pokemon theme tune. Yeah, that's Sanada's new entrance music. Was it a bit in WCW years ago where it was Booker T versus somebody or other, and the loser got kicked out of Harlem Heat and wasn't allowed to use the entrance music anymore, so Booker T went to Pop Goes the Weasel, if I remember correctly. So it was a very long time ago, obviously, being WCW, but I vaguely remember that. As here comes Apollo Crews then. I was a little bit worried about Apollo Crews when he first got promoted, because the crowd and the writers and everyone never really took to him as much as we were hoping. And now I think as time's gone on, I think aligning with Titus O'Neil has worked very, very well for him. He's looking pretty good. He's got a mouthpiece now, which is very useful as well. And the crowd are getting behind just how much ability he does have. Which he does. He's a fantastic wrestler. We can't deny that. And he's got another chance to prove that here against Sanada. Probably Sanada's one of the more difficult people he may have faced off against in recent times. Sanada is a force to be reckoned with straight away with that running drop toe hold, dropping Apollo Crews face first. And it just still amazes me that this is the same Sanada that was in TNA. It shocks me because it's just so different. He just looks like a different person. He's bigger, he's stronger. It is the same Sanada as TNA, isn't it? I'm sure it is. I'm going to Google it now. Sanada. Seda Sanada. Let me just double check, because I'm going to see so stupid if he wasn't. Yeah. Total Non-Stop Action, 2014-2015. Yeah, I can't believe just how different he looks and he is, and it just shows how much potential he had. And granted, he was very, very young when he was at TNA, so it probably took him a bit longer to get to the point that they were hoping him getting to. But still, I'm just very, very impressed by the whole situation, to be honest. Look at that suplex as well, showing the just brute strength of Sanada. And Apollo Crews is struggling here. Crews slowly getting back up to his feet, but Sanada is waiting with that drop kick. Crews kicking Sanada away now, catching him. Oh, onto a Samoan drop. I wonder what he was going to go for there. Looked almost like he was going to go for that front slam style wasteland, but instead just popping him onto the shoulder for the Samoan drop, and now into a belly to belly suplex as well. Nice knee strike there by Crews. Bringing Sanada back up to his feet. Vertical suplex and holding him there, letting him think about it, letting the blood drain to the head of Sanada. Not a nice place to be as he drops him. It's a clever maneuver that, because when you let the rush, You let the blood rush to the head. It not only makes you feel a bit dizzy, it also weakens your legs where the blood runs away from. Sanada seems to be okay though with that springboard dropkick. Cruz sending Sanada face first into the turnbuckle, pings him back into a German suplex. Doesn't bridge for the pin though. Nice dropkick in the face. Apollo Crews now dragging Sanada back up into that 1916 pin. 1. Oh, only a 1 count. This would be another massive win for Apollo Crews, this would be. This would be very, very interesting. I'd be interested with Tetsuya Naito. We're not seen him for a couple of weeks, of course, since he was assaulted from behind by Aleister Black. Of course, Aleister Black returning the favour from when he was attacked in our very first episode. So it'd be interesting to see when he pops up again. Just on the fort of LIG here. Such back and forth once again. Apollo Crews was in control for a chunk of the match, but now Sanada taking control himself. Suplex now, Sanada heading up top. That big moonsault. I'm sure he used to be like a cruiserweight when he's in TNA. No, it just seems to not just, oh, he's got the win. He's actually got the win, Sanada, over Apollo Crews as well. Wow, great win for Sanada. He just seems to have just got bigger in every single sense, Sanada, doesn't he? Not only in the fact that he's bigger as in muscular, which he is a lot more muscular than what he used to be, but he seems to have like gained about 5 inches as well. It's crazy. As Sanada. Oh, Sanada having a change of mind here. Grabs a steel chair from under the ring. As Sanada back in the ring. Oh, wow. Oh, Sanada just slamming the steel chair right across the gut of Apollo Crews. Wow, Sanada sending a message here. So here comes Tetsuya Naito. We're not seeing him in a couple of weeks since being assaulted from behind by Aleister Black, and of course a revenge attack for the attack that Naito laid out to Aleister Black in the very first episode of this season. So Naito looking to come out here and sort of, well, I suppose give his opinion on the situation. I feel like something's going to happen at some point, I should imagine. I can't think Naito's going to be very happy at all with Aleister Black's attack, but then again, say it's 6 and 2 for ease, really, isn't it? It's a nice little back and forth, and I feel like eventually we're going to get that match that I was so hyped to see in the first episode, which was Naito versus Aleister Black. I really want to see that match, but unfortunately it was not to be the case that night. And then Naito, of course, was supposed to face Marty Scurll in the first week of this month. And again, like I said, Aleister Black returned the favour with that attack from behind. So it'll be interesting exactly what Tetsuya Naito's going to say. Just like earlier, I'm not going to do a Japanese accent because that could be tantamount to racism. So I'm not going to go that far. But you know, we get a bit of fun, don't we? Bit of shits and giggles. Anyway, get Naito a mic. A few weeks ago, I was maliciously attacked by Aleister Black from behind during my entrance for a big match against the European champion Marty Scurll. Now, actions like this do not go without consequences. So, Aleister Black, I officially challenge you to a match. A match at Shabby Mania. All you have to do is defeat Hiromu Takahashi at the Ascension pay-per-view this Saturday to prove to me that you're worth my time. So Aleister Black, do you accept my challenge? And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be El Generico taking on Prince Puma. This should be a good one, this one. Two guys currently in WWE wrestling under masks in their previous personas as well. Oh, I forgot about Sami Zayn, didn't I? Sami Zayn. I forgot about El Generico. His mask is, well, someone's stolen some of the decals from his mask, haven't they? Which is always useful. Either way, still a very effective person to have. And this match against Prince Puma is going to be pretty interesting as well. We've already seen one big match earlier on today from our junior heavyweight division. And I believe both these guys fit into that junior heavyweight division as well. Well, of course they do, actually. Let me, with Prince Puma being our junior heavyweight champion, he very much fits in the junior heavyweight division, I suppose, doesn't he? Let's see if the game has decided to let Prince Puma keep that championship, or if it's decided to take it away from him again, because the game keeps doing this, right? If the championship is not on the show as an actual, obviously you can only have 4 per show. Yep, championship's gone. It wipes every single time. It just bloody wipes the championships away. It's so annoying. It's happened so many times with this. Oh well. Hopefully it'll be fine. Now Prince Puma will be defending his championship at the Ascension pay-per-view on Saturday. However, we will be we won't know who it's going to be until the day of the pay-per-view. Now, of course, we heard earlier on Finn Balor has said that we will find out some of the members of his Balor Club at Ascension, and we believe that the first member, well, one of the members will be in that Cruiserweight Championship match. Also, the Women's Championship match as well. Finn Balor has organised to do that, and William Regal here, fantastic for Finn Balor that Regal has agreed him to do this. I suppose it's it gives us a nice big surprise moving forward into that pay-per-view. So those are 2 people that we will find out who are involved in Balor Club. I love the way that Prince Puma is effectively wearing like a bicycle helmet with just a lion's head on it. Looks pretty cool still, bless him, I suppose. Can't take the mickey too much, can we? Oh, swallow the fly. Swallow the fly. And the 2 guys here shake hands, ready to go. A win here for El Generico over our current junior heavyweight champion, Prince Puma. Could be very impressive for him. And could potentially get him straight into that championship picture. Like I said, we already know our championship. Well, we don't, but William Regal already knows our championship match for the Ascension pay-per-view. We know that it's probably not going to be... Well, it could be El Generico for all we know, I suppose. We don't know who Finn Balor has as part of his new stable. There's no reason why it couldn't be El Generico, I suppose, but I'm sure Regal would not have made this match if that was the case. Generico now getting caught with a forearm in the face there by Puma, who then glitchily pops in with that Hurricanrana. Puma bringing Generico back up. There's the Northern Lights. Rolls through. Deadlifts him up into a vertical suplex as well. Very impressive there by Puma, who now drops into the pin on El Generico. Enough for the 2 count. Just about 2 count. Puma now willing Generico back up to his feet, and Puma could squash Generico by the looks of it. Up on the shoulder. There's that boot right in the side of the face of El Generico there by Puma into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Generico just about kicked out. There wasn't a lot in that though, was there? Not a lot in that at all. I know I might be wrong, you know. Maybe this is Generico's... I don't know. Are we missing anything attire-wise for Generico? It's difficult to tell. I think just the mask. I think there's a pattern on the mask we're missing. I think that's the only thing that's missing. Apart from that, we're pretty much clear. Nice Blue Thunder bomb there by Generico on Puma, but it does not go for the pin. Now he goes for the pin. Odd decision making there potentially by El Generico, but I don't know. Would he have got the win? Possibly. Generico now stalking Puma. A boot in the top of the head, and oh, what a discus forearm there by Puma out of nowhere. Enough for the 1 count, that was all. Puma now locking in those head scissors. Generico breaking free. Front chancery, big uppercut now on Puma, who takes Generico down. Puma once again bringing Generico back up to his feet. Into that Northern Light suplex. Rolls it through into the vertical straight after as well. Puma, though, needs to continue the offense. He doesn't want to get caught out here, so he needs to continue doing the offense. Puma willing Generico back up to his feet. Up on the shoulder once again. And a boot in the side of the face by Puma on Generico. And surely the second one of those in this match is got to be enough for Prince Puma to get... No. Take it back. Generico gets the win. And don't forget, we still got your main event for you after this match, which will be AJ Styles one-on-one with Finn Balor. Nice half and half suplex there by Generico. He was hulking up, but then got caught with that forearm. I was going to say phenomenal forearm, but it wasn't necessarily a phenomenal forearm, was it? Puma now bringing Generico back up. Generico taking up Puma. Oh, drops him spiked as well. Such good back and forth in this match. It's difficult to say who's going to walk out the winner, isn't it? Nice moonsault there by Generico on Puma. A boot in the back of the head as well. Nice cutter, and all of a sudden Generico is in full control of this match. Snapmare by Generico. I almost said Jericho there. Generico. Oh. Brutal strikes there by Puma out of nowhere, and Generico drops to the ground, but oh, Generico fighting back with the right hand in the guts. Nice snap suplex as well. There's the pin. Only 1 count. Wow. Straight away. Generico really struggling to keep Puma down. Looks to continue the offense. Go on, do it. Do it, go on. Nope. I thought he might be looking for that brainbust on the top turnbuckle. I saw that one to the PWG event, a brainbust on the top turnbuckle. I can't remember who it was against now, but whoever it was ended up pinging into the crowd. They bounced wrong on the rope and bounced into the crowd. It was crazy. Oh, that was bloody close, that was as well. Almost a victory for Generico. Nice moonsault by Generico. Heads up top. Into another moonsault. Generico in full control of this match. He just can't keep Puma down. But another great example about how good our junior heavyweight division here is on Octane. Puma dragging Generico middle of the ring. And goes for a pin. Bizarre, but okay. Puma now locking in the head scissors. Slowing the pace of the match down. Trying to recoup a little bit of breath while squeezing out of his opponent, but Puma's back up. Generico once again now. Blue Thunder Bomb out of nowhere. but still doesn't hold it for the pin. Why? But now he drops into the pin. That's just really weird, isn't it? 1, 2... No, only a 2 count. Wow. Puma sent into the corner. Generico having to go all out here to push for the win. Dives through that bottom rope into the tornado DDT on the outside. That matting is not going to protect you much. It's quite thin. Oh, nice dragon screw there by Prince Puma, now bringing Generico back up to his feet. But Puma gets caught out by Generico. Generico sends him straight back in the ring, and just there was that big maneuver enough just to put that extra bit of offense. Puma with a boot in the leg now, taking Generico up on his shoulders. There's that boot in the side of the face once again. 1, 2, and 3, and finally our junior heavyweight champion Prince Puma does pick up the victory in what was a very, very good match. It could have really gone either way, to be honest, couldn't it? Both guys had some fantastic opportunities, including Generico as well. He had a great chance to get a couple of victories here, but wasn't to be. Puma just had that little bit extra. That little bit more. And it was enough for Prince Puma to pick up the victory here, our junior heavyweight champion. And of course, like I said, he will be defending it on Saturday in that pay-per-view match against... Well, we don't know at this point in time. And here it is then, our main event of the evening. AJ Styles takes on the leader of Balor Club, Finn Balor. Of course, he is the leader of Balor Club, but we don't know what that means. We don't know who's in the club. Who's he leading? We're going to find out at the Ascension pay-per-view on Saturday. Oh, great. Well done, game. Well done, game. You've managed to invert the bloody roles of the entrance. This game is absolutely amazing sometimes, isn't it? It really is absolutely incredible, this game sometimes. It just perplexes me, it really does. But there we go. It is what it is. I'll tell you what, we're gonna skip past this, and let's just skip past the fact that we've got that wrong. Let me write a note to check that. Why would it even do? Why would it? Oh, just. It's just weird, isn't it? At least Finn Balor's entrance can't be that wrong, can it? Surely. There he is. You watch, he'll be doing some sort of dodgy entrance now. We'll probably start doing, I don't know, like flipping across the ring or something. I've got no idea. Right, well, at least Finn Balor's entrance is correct. I'm looking forward to this match then. Two of the top guys in the roster, of course, they were both involved in that fatal four-way elimination at the pay-per-view, which of course was run by Cody Rhodes in the end. And these two guys were the first to eliminate as well, so both have something to prove, as well as having something to prove to Cody as well, because Cody had said that he was sure that he had kept the best members of Bullet Club, and these guys were just the dregs that nobody really wanted. Of course, he did offer Finn Balor an official invitation, to enter Bullet Club, but Finn, of course, had different ideas. He doesn't want to live in the past. He wants to live in the future, and that is exactly what his Balor Club is all about, the future. And like I said, I'm pretty sure we're going to find out the members at Ascension. Exactly who will be joining Finn Balor in this movement into the future. But the future is now. Can Finn Balor prove his dominance here over AJ Styles? It's going to be a really tricky match for both of them. Both absolutely fantastic. But it's AJ straight away with the arm drag, taking Balor down. Straight away into that Cyborg Slam as well. And a 19-16 pretty quick as well. And AJ dominating Finn Balor here. I'm surprised how dominant this has been so far. Nice takedown there, and Finn bringing AJ back up to his feet. Finn into a neck breaker, and Finn getting some aggression now. Drag him back in that sleeper, but AJ able to break free. Finn bringing AJ back up to a kneeling base, looking for that DDT, but AJ fating. He's fating back with that knee in the gut now into another gut buster as well. Nice right hand there by AJ into a Saito suplex. As Finn slowly trying to get back up to his feet. Boot right in the gut of Finn Balor. Finn now heading up to the middle. Oh, sorry, AJ heading up to the middle rope, sorry. Into those double elbows. AJ taking Finn up. Oh, I thought he might be looking Styles Clash. They went for a bloody jackknife powerbomb instead. Nice Yuriga Roshi there by AJ Styles. AJ now springboard frog splash to the back of Finn Balor, now stalking him. Looking for that underhook brainbuster, hits it perfectly, but doesn't go for a pin. That's weird. Why did he go for a pin? This is backfired now. Finn, you're going to regret taunting there. And he did regret, and he got caught with a Pele kick. Wow. Wow, Finn got caught out there. But Finn does fight back. He's back in control of somewhat now. Both guys slowly get back up to their feet. Great match so far. Can they take it up to the next level? Good backdrop there by Balor on AJ Styles. Now Finn Balor stalking. No, Finn, he's not going to go for this, is he? Oh. Finn there was lining up. Finn was lining up for a phenomenal forearm there. And Carl Anderson saw it come in and just pulled Finn Balor off the apron, dropping him face first. And this match is going to end in a disqualification victory for Finn Balor. But I'm pretty sure the club are going to be in a much happier situation, as Finn Balor's the one left at the end of the match lying face down in the middle of the ring while they take control. So guys, interesting. We now know that we're going to have 4 separate Bullet Clubs. We've got the original Bullet Club with Cody Rhodes alongside Tama Tonga, Tangaroa and Bad Luck Fale. We've got AJ Styles alongside Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows and Adam Cole in the club. We've got the Elite of Kenny Omega, Marty Scurll and the Young Bucks. And we also now are going to have Balor Club members will be found out at our Ascension pay-per-view coming up for you this Saturday. Of course, that's the end of this video. If you have enjoyed it, of course, if you have, then please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon for a next episode of SWE Octane. Bye.
Go on to